Yo, what's up, everyone? I'm your host, Jeremiah, here back with a new What Up video. And today, you can see I'm in live action again. Well, just because I'm going to be recording a lot more reaction videos today, as long as a few What Ups. So, this is actually, I forgot what part this was. Part 6 of What If Goku Was a Viltrumite. And today, I'm going to be getting into the Goku Black Heart. So, without any further ado, I promise I won't keep you waiting any longer. Let's get into it.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go.
So Goku, Vegeta, and the others have all got it immensely powerful, unlocking new transformations. And Goku and Vegeta on the verge of something new, but they can't quite unlock it. While Raditz have finally unlocked his own path of power and his own evolution, that's quite something that's quite unique to him, and he wants to pass it down. He wants to pass it down to his nephews or people, or at least in Chunk's case, someone he sees as nephew. I'm going to be retconning the whole Viltrum Super Saiyan thing because I think it's stupid, at least currently. But Raditz would like to pass down his evolution of Super Saiyan 4 down to Goten and Trunks, and even his own child, as he thinks it's something he can do, something he can pass on, to something to submit his own legacy within his family and within the Saiyan race. As Goku, Vegeta doing more customized training, with Goku with Whis and Vegeta with Beerus. Beerus have decided to make Vegeta his official candidate for God of Destruction, as he genuinely believes that Vegeta is the best option, and he's tend to take a liking to Vegeta as well as Bulma, and he sees the dedication and work that Vegeta put in and the pure fury he showed, something that's needed for destruction, and in order to properly use the Akai. Of course, there was that one incident where Goku tried to use the Akai, and it actually worked, but it was all floppy, corrupted, and it wasn't a true Hakai, which is why he doesn't see Goku as a viable candidate. Goku doesn't have it in him to destroy lives, even if that's necessary for the universe. While Vegeta, on the other hand, was a conqueror. He knows what it's like to lose a planet, and he would hesitate to wipe out worthless life from the universe. At least that's what's going on in Beerus' mind. And on the Wii side, it's simply a fun task. He wants to see if Goku can unlock Ultra Instinct, if Goku can learn the technique. But Vegeta, both Vegeta and Goku are having their own problems, with Goku not being able to remain calm most of the time. He's always acting ruthless, and he's always acting not necessarily ruthless. I kind of misspoke there, but he have a hard time calming down and waiting for his opponent to attack. Something that Master Roshi and King Kai have been trying to teach him for years. And Whis notices, just like his Master Roshi, he have this flow state, which is the perfect cups of Ultra Instinct. At least thinks to himself, only if he could, maybe he just needs a catalyst. Maybe he just needs to fight a bigger threat. And just like a bad curse, they begin to sense power. They begin to sense power from Earth, and it's immense. And they sense Gaki, and Vegeta recognizes it as Trunks. As Goku and Whis comes to get Vegeta, and they ask, "Yo, would you like to come with us?" As they are grabbed onto Goku, and they enter transmission over to the Earth, and Boiis and Beerus are a big concern as they see what seems to be a time machine, and they're about to go off. But then they see a future version of Goku and Vegeta. A future version of Bulma and Vegeta child as they heal him up and give him a sensu bean as he goes out of his way to attack Gohan. And Gohan is that or are you okay? What's going on? What happened? As he begins to calm down quite a bit, as he notices that is a real Gohan. It's not this is black. But then some weird figure comes out, and they all see a different version of Gohan come out of this weird black hole. As Goku's the one who goes up to fight him, being infuriated that someone would hit or someone with his time face would do something like this. As he would tell him, he doesn't remember raising his son to be a murderer or raising his son to be a genocidal maniac. As Gohan, this black figure, Gohan Black, so I am much more than your son, Son Goku. As their battle would begin, Goku holding himself back, starting off in base. As this Gohan Black would go Super Saiyan, pushing Goku into Super Saiyan God, and he begins to overwhelm Gohan Black, but him having a mixed potential, he's growing. And Gohan Black is able to go into his ultimate form, which pushes Goku to use Super Saiyan Blue. And Gohan Black is still far more powerful than Goku. As his time is running out, and Gohan Black feels himself getting sucked back in, as he destroys his time machine to make it so Trunks can't return. As crap, as they ask, "Hey, what happened?" As Trunks would explain everything going on, he was beginning to rebuild his future after he wiped out the androids and that thing. I, I don't know who or what it is, but it isn't Gohan, and he started destroying everything. No matter how strong I get, he was always more powerful than me. Even with all my training, even when I unlocked Blue, I still couldn't match up to him. His strength, it's beyond anything I've ever seen before. As Vegeta asks, did he assume Limit Breaker? As Trunks says no. Even that wasn't enough. As Gohan is there, he takes Trunks away, taking him to the Supreme Kai World, using the Kai Kai. As he asks other Kai to reach to unlock the ritual to unlock Trunks' potential. As Vegeta and Goku and Raditz, after he got informed of what was going on, they decided they're going to go to this future and help out as spirits, and we sense a noticeable energy. As they have their suspicions, they know exactly who this black figure is. As they ask Goku to come along and verify with them. As Bulma begins to repair the time machine. As a few days go by after Trunks unlock get his inner potential unlocked and unlocks his own version of the Ultimate Form, he begins to hone his skills with Gohan, and Trunks could feel hundreds of times stronger, and he feels confident enough that he can take on this Gohan Black with this new power. As he tries to go Super Saiyan, but he noticed he can't. It's like the power is already there in his ultimate form, in his base. And even with Limit Breaker, he can still feel the power coursing through his veins. as he feels ready, but sadly, Bulma is not yet ready with the time machine, and they're setting up a cruise to actually go back to the future as Piccolo feels quite he needs to. He is a guardian of Earth, even though it's not his Earth exactly. He still feels responsible for it. So the people who's going to be going to the future is Vegeta, Goku, Trunks, Gohan, Raditz, and Piccolo. Some riding in the time machine, and some of them using Piccolo's technique because he have been training with the Kais. And he learned the Kai, which can travel through different points in time. Allegedly, at least that's what they did in the little, Goku Black art. And they would all travel, and they would go to the future. And Piccolo would feel infuriated seeing the rubbish and seeing the absolute chaos of what happened to Earth. This, as he said, this might not be his timeline, but he still feels responsible for this, and he at least he feels like he should have checked that out. At least to help some people, to save some people. As Piccolo reused the Kai to travel to Namek, with Raditz deciding to tag along, and sadly, there's nothing there. Gohan Black have already attacked this place, and all Piccolo sense across the universe is nothingness. Don't It's nothingness. The only life he can sense anywhere, at least sensing life, is Earth. Trunks was quite literally their last line of defense, and Piccolo and Raditz would feel horrible. Not only Piccolo because of his past as the Demon King, but Raditz noticing his past sins, the lives he's taken, the genocides he committed, and he feels infuriated. And they both vow that they're going to take on this black figure, not only for taking someone they both care for, Raditz, his nephew, and Piccolo Gohan, his first friend. They vow to destroy Gohan Black as Vegeta and the others would begin to look around soon after. Raditz and Piccolo would come back to join them as they find a small resistance up, and they brought a few capsules of food and supplies and sensor beams, and they asked, "Hey, it's Chunks. Is this really Is this really all that's left? Is this all the people you could save?" Yes, there's quite literally only a few hundred of us, if that, maybe even less, and that's not even accounting for the raids that they tried to do on Goku Black. We lost so many people, and with the civilians, with the small resistance they had, finally being able to eat something after a long while, and they have clean clothes, they have more drinkable water. As they even see Yajirobe there, as they ask what happened, as he would explain that not too long after Black showed up, Master Roshi attempted to take on this Black, and quite honestly, he put up a good fight. He's been training like crazy ever since the androids. And he even managed to almost he was even able to almost kill this Black, but that just made him stronger. And eventually he came back and killed Rochi, and he's been in hiding ever since, trying to grow as much sensu beans in order to help out Trunks. As if they're all kind of bummed out about this. Like, this had a strong possibility of happening to them. And if they know they have to stop this in their timeline, And Goku already has suspicions of who it is, Zamasu. As they they tell Trunks not to worry, and that they are going to take on this black, and they're going to destroy him, even if it's the last thing they do. As they we hear buildings being blown up again, and people begin to get scared as Gohan Black is approaching, and everybody can sense the huge amount of power that's coming towards them. As Gohan takes something out of his pocket, Portar earrings, and he gives one to Trunk as he puts one on himself, and they would merge together, becoming Gotenks or Trunks-san. Gohanks, Gohanks, I guess. Would that be his name? Gohanks. Y'all. If y'all watch this, if y'all comment, do whatever y'all want. Like, give me a good comment, give me a good name at least. But Gohanks would go and face on Goku Black, as Black will power up to his absolute full, and he would begin putting up a decent, powerful battle with Gohanks until Gohanks goes beast, and he begins to overwhelm. Gohan Black. But a side effect of the Batara, even though he's a powerful battle, their time limit is shortened, unknown to Gohan. So he only have about 30 minutes to finish a fight. And Black is only getting more and more powerful in general. Every time every time a attack lands, every time a attack lands, he just gets more powerful until it eventually closes his eyes, getting a full mastery of his body, going into his own version of beast, him calling it divine. And he still notices that Gohanks is still stronger than him, and he sees what that feels. So Zamasu shows up, taking off one of his earrings, and they would merge together, becoming merged Shamasu. And Gohanks wouldn't hold anything back, splitting Zamasu in half. But all that caused to achieve, not only Zamasu being immortal, but it created a clone of him. So he tries to do it again, and they got split in half. And there's now 4 copies of equal power of merge of the Zamasu. As Goku and the others begin to rush in, Piccolo powering up into orange. Goku and Vegeta both powering up to Super Saiyan 4, both powering up to Limit Breaker. As Raditz powering up to Super Saiyan 5 Limit Breaker. As they will all try their best to do this to absolutely destroy Zamasu, or at least just try to, using their full force. And Zamasu is, his regeneration is a problem. They're constantly getting stronger and they're getting pushed back. As one of the copies talks to Goku specifically, and he begins to taunt him, telling him exactly what he did in Gohan body, what he did to Chi-Chi, what he did to Gohan, to 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 Videl, to Pan, to Gine, to Raditz. And Goku is infuriated, getting a massive rage boost, and overpowering Zamasu, as he begins to absolutely wail on him, trying to use more and more power. And to remember, that's right. As Goku would yell out Max Kaioken, using a Kaioken times 50 on top of his limit breaker. And that's able to close the gap between Zamasu, or at least one of the clones, and Goku. As Gohanks would eventually split with their time limit running out. As Gohan will also yell out Max Kaioken, using a Kaioken sound 50. And And he's overpowering Zamasu also until he gets Zamasu once again creating a scythe, cutting a hole through the space time itself. As hundreds of clones of Zamasu, some disfigured, some looking like Vegeta, some looking like Raditz, some looking like even Piccolo, as they're all shocked. This is my army, the perfect universe, the multiverse of Zamasu. As they will all begin attacking the Z fighters, as Goku and Vegeta were sitting along, seeing the damages that's being caused, hearing people cry, wanting to protect people, Vegeta wanting to atone for his sins, Goku wanted to avenge his family and protect the last line of Earth that Trunks have. As they're both closed their eyes, powering that down from their limit breaker transformations, going back into base. As huge attacks begins flying at Goku, as Goku jumps up using a spirit bomb, using all the life in the universe he can muster. He just hopes this will be enough, gaining energy from the holes that Zamasu also cut. As they see different versions of everyone handing them energy, as he began to perfect the spirit bomb, throwing it at the clones of Zamasu, and it didn't work. He gets it bombed by the spirit bomb, and Goku begins to absorb the energy, hearing the cries of his family, hearing the laughter of Zamasu being enraged, and he's have to calm down, remembering the teachings of Roshi, King Kai, and what Whis was trying to teach him. A flow, perfect instinct. As he closes his eyes, as he absorbs the energy of the spirit bomb, and Vegeta, on the other hand, hear the anger he had boiled up, being constantly hit. They both begin to glow a white and purple light as a huge explosion go off. Goku being an ultra instinct omen, and Vegeta using finally being able to use his own new transformation, Ultra Ego, as Zamasu would see this, and he would get enraged. How dare this mortal, this filthy monkey, this filthy mortal use the technique of the gods? As he began to rush at Goku and Vegeta, as multiple clones surround them, as Vegeta puts out his hand for a final flash, and Vegeta, as Goku used the Kamehameha, as they yell out final Kamehameha, and Vegeta yelling out Hakai. And they completely destroy the clones of Zamasu coming at them, as Vegeta would fly out, pushing forward, and Hakai absolutely destroying most of a lot of the Zamasu clones, erasing them from existence. And before you tell me that, hey, that Hakai doesn't work on immortals, Beerus is able to kill a ghost. And not only that, Goku used Hakai in the manga against the Zamasu, and the only reason it failed is because the technique got disrupted. As Gohan and Trunks would notice this, and they say, "What is that power they're using?" As Piccolo would tell them, "Hey, there's no time to gawk." As Raditz would power up to 5 limit break, Super Saiyan 5 limit breaker. As he begins to absolutely destroy Zamasu clones, and because he got hyped up, he got a little motivated, seeing the power on display of Vegeta and Goku breaking through his own limits, finally being able to fully perfect his transformation. As Piccolo, not wanting to be left behind, creates a massive hell powered by divine ki, creates a divine Hellzone grenade, tossing them at multiple clones of Zamasu, destroying them, pushing them back as Piccolo begins to work on a way to seal the gaps in the universe, as being Kami, the Guardian of Earth, had a little bit of perks. As Piccolo began closing the gaps, keeping more Zamasu clones from coming through. As Goku and Vegeta would go face off against the main Zamasu, and Zamasu's getting pushed back. As every time he hits Vegeta, he just grows more powerful. And he can't even land a hit on Goku. And if he does land a hit, Goku just hits back harder, and it becomes harder to hit him. As Zamasu would yell out, he absolutely despises Ultra Instinct. As he would begin back, and he himself become this figure, taking more and more damage. As Goku would hand over energy to Trunks, as Trunks begins to form a Spirit Bomb, a final one, with all the inhabitants left from his version of Earth, with all the inhabitants left, all the forms of life and the planets crying out in Trunks' timeline, he creates an ultimate Spirit Sword. As Vegeta would yell out Hakai, and Goku lets off a Super Kami Kamehameha at Zamasu, obliterating the rest of the clones. And the only one who's actually left standing is Prime Zamasu himself. As he begins to rushes at them, as Ultra Instinct would give out, and Vegeta, having taken far too much damage, would get knocked out. As everything left, all of their hope is now back in the hands of Trunks. As Trunks would fly up, unlocking his own beast transformation, moving at speed Zamasu couldn't even keep up with, stabbing Zamasu and completely cutting him in half, destroying every last peck of him. As they did it, they was able to beat Black. And no, Zamasu's not coming back in that cloud. And this marks the end of the Goku Blackheart, as they use the Super Dragon Balls to repair the damages of Trunks' timeline, resurrecting their gods and Kai's, repairing the damages of the lives Zamasu took during his rampage in their universe, as Beerus handles the main timeline Zamasu. As Trunks would thank everyone and thanks for repairing the damage. As this marks the end of the Goku Blackheart. And Goku and Vegeta will continue to work on Ultra Instinct because there's something greater coming. A tournament between the multiverse itself. And that's where I'm going to end this part out right here. I really do hope you all enjoy it. I'm sorry if it felt rushed, but I kind of like the way it turns out. Hold on. Yeah, I kind of like the... Wow, that's not what happened. But I kind of like the way it turns out. But I hope you all enjoyed. I mean, leave a like, come back if you want. It's all graceful, but I won't keep you here any longer. I hope you all enjoyed. Peace out. I don't know why I keep saying that over and over again.